But what happened to that kid born in 1910 and 1929 when he's 19 thinking he's going to go get a car and he's going to go get a party? The whole world turned upside down. The Depression, people jumping out of buildings, the Dust Bowl, people standing in line for bread. And by the way, they made it through 10 years of depression. Now, that doesn't mean every day is dark. You know, you can be in winter and have beautiful days. 31, 32 are nice times. But the overall thing was testing, and they became strong because they had to be. Then right when they turned 29, 1939, what happens? World War II. You and I weren't alive then, but anybody who was alive then, it looked like the world was ending. Hitler was taking over countries in days, blitzkrieging everywhere. And so what happened is that generation volunteered and went to war, and they won the war, and they came back the heroes. They're now known as the greatest American generation, and they were known as flappers and losers. What made them strong was pushing through winter. Everybody, listen to me now, everybody goes through winter if they live 80 years plus.
You don't have a choice.
It's just which season? Are you going to do it in the early stage, middle stage, late stage?
It's coming.
But watch this. Think about those people. They come home, and think how the world changes when after winter, it's now springtime, and the vets are now moving out to the suburbs, and they get basically a free down payment on the home, and we have all these new technologies. Think about the 50s and early 60s until Kennedy is killed. There's a level of optimism in this country that's amazing. Springtime. After Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy and Martin Luther King, it's a different world. If you start a business in winter and you succeed, 60% of all the Fortune 1000 companies that are alive today, the biggest, most successful companies, could have been born in any one of those 4 seasons. They were all born in winter, in a recession or a depression. From FedEx to Disney, Disney was depression, FedEx was a recession. I can walk you through them all. So that process makes you strong. And that is why, here's the history of the world in 4 sentences, and I'll shut up. Good times create weak people. They're not bad people, they're just weak because they haven't been challenged. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create great times. So millennials and Zs are the next heroes, and they're already starting it because they're starting to go through winter. We're not done with it. They're going to open up things up. I'm very excited about what the future will have. I'm very optimistic about it because studying history shows you patterns. There's no guarantees, but there's patterns. And when you understand the patterns, fear disappears. You're able to figure out how to maximize anything you're involved with. And so I think it's important to understand these patterns, and I help people see the patterns. Whatever stage of life you're in, there's predictable problems and there's predictable opportunities.